welcome back to the office. That's home. The home office.
Also, this has been like the first time we've used this camera, the Canon, in a really long time.
Boo hiss.
Since February.
Boo hiss.
And it's June. But
June hiss.
June. But we're back. We're using the camera.
We back.
We back.
We're here today to continue our series of one of our favorite ships we've ever been on.
Yeah. Anthem of the Seas.
Anthem of the Seas.
Royal Caribbean. If you weren't sure about that,
can you handle that?
We just finished up our series, our 11-night sailing, ship tours, room tours, all that stuff. For this week, we are doing our top 5. Our 5 favorite things on the ship. 5 things that we found special, unique, and wonderful about Anthem of the Seas.
And to be quite honest, the list could have been expanded quite further than 5.
This was a really hard list to make because seriously, everything on the ship could be on this 5. And it's a great thing that this was a hard top 5 to make because that just means there are so many good things, but we're gonna tell you the things that we enjoyed the most.
Yeah, and as always, you know, this is a subjective thing, our list. Everyone's experiences may vary and your top 5 could be different. We'd love to hear it. Well, if you've been on this vessel, what did you like?
Let's go.
Let's crank it off with number 5. I've done that before.
But is it like tradition now?
We're gonna make it
number 5. That wasn't tradition.
That wasn't, because this has never been done before.
Okay.
It is
Ripcord by iFly. Tell us, what is Ripcord by iFly?
Ripcord by iFly is a skydiving simulator. You're in a giant tube. There's a vent down below that blows air at you at very high velocity. Thus, you will float in the air in a pattern similar to as if you had jumped out of a airborne vessel and were plummeting towards this here third rock from the sun.
Supposedly, it's supposed to be the same kind of like simulation how you would feel if you were actually skydiving, only in a much safer and controlled way, in a way that I was okay with doing. I did it on the ship, and I absolutely loved it. It was so unique. I mean, when you're talking about something special that you're getting on a cruise ship for free, I mean, this was crazy cool.
It was.
And I mean, it was a really good experience all around. The trainer was super good, made it extra enjoyable, and really helped any maybe fears or worries you had about the situation. It made you feel really safe and definitely went through all the protocols and made it a fun experience. And not to mention, the trainers will go into the tube and kind of like show off their tricks and stuff when they're not having guests do it at the time. So even if it's not something you personally want to do, definitely go to the back of the ship and watch the trainers doing it because it's super entertaining and really impressive.
Absolutely. They were getting their Grandpa Joe on in there after he had the fizzy lifting drinks, or after Charlie came home with the golden ticket and all of a sudden he could hop right out of the bed, moonwalk across the ceiling. I didn't actually participate in this, but as a spectator and just a person who was viewing it, it was a really enjoyable experience. You can get right up there on the tube, watch people do it, film it as we did. Just a really cool thing, and the fact, like you mentioned, that it's included with your cruise fare is
so
astounding.
Cool.
Moving on. Number 4. This is a little bit of an interesting one. We kind of have a little bit of a conglomeration here, but we're calling it the top deck of the Royal Esplanade, not Promenade, as we've been accustomed to saying on other ships. Esplanade here.
Yeah, pretty similar to the Royal Promenade, but a different kind of design. But the Royal Esplanade does cover 2 decks, part of deck 4 and part of deck 5. We're focusing on deck 5 because it had some dining locations and a beverage station. It was our first time doing all these things, and we love them all. And
we have 3 things here. We're talking Wonderland, imaginative cuisine, specialty dining restaurant. Izumi, not hibachi, sushi, specialty dining restaurant. And then, of course, Bionic Bar.
Feeling a little robotronic.
Izumi sushi you can find on a lot of Royal Caribbean ships. That's not necessarily as special. Bionic Bar and Wonderland Imaginative Cuisine, though, are very limited.
And all 3 were very different experiences and special in their own way. So Wonderland was kind of like a culinary adventure. It was definitely kind of like the night out on the town kind of place to go. Like, you felt the fanciest there. Izumi was casual, and you got to overlook the Royal Esplanade, and it was a really beautiful place to sit, and the food was delicious.
Oh my goodness.
And also, at Izumi and both Wonderland were two of the best servers we've ever had on a Royal Caribbean ship. So kudos to that. And then you go over to Bionic Bar, and it's an interactive where you make your own drink or you order your own drink on like an iPad, and then robots will literally make and shake and pour and stir your own drink and then deliver it to you. It was so cool and fun. It was more of an activity than like a beverage / dining location.
Yeah, and it's something that totally caught us by surprise in a pleasant sort of way, because we don't drink alcohol, but you can get alcoholic drinks there, but you can also get non-alcoholic as well.
And just a disclaimer, all three of these things are an extra charge. It's not included in your cruise fare, but they're all very, very enjoyable, and they're all just like right next to each other in one little spot in the Esplanade, and it was a cool place to be, and there was just so much to enjoy there.
Number 3, which is the overall design, aesthetic, and overall shape and style of this vessel, which is a Quantum class ship. And
this was our first time ever on a Quantum class ship, and these kinds of ships are super unique. They have a different kind of vibe to them, and just a completely different design. It's definitely some of the most modern styles we've seen on a ship. It's more clean. There's a lot of interactive artwork, very colorful. Some of our favorites was you put your hands on the placard and then the lights changed, and of course the twisted tuba.
Yes. On our first day on board, before we had gotten used to being on this vessel, we thought we were not on a Royal Caribbean ship. I mean, it was completely different, much darker woods, and then just a total like different design when you go down the hallways. We thought this was great. The rooms, entryways aren't just on the hallway walls like they normally are. They were recessed in, so you didn't have to kind of do this when you're trying to
shuffle getting into your room while people are passing by.
Go into your little alcove, open the door in peace. It made it a lot easier getting luggage and stuff like that. And speaking of the room, this was the best room, one of the best rooms we've ever had that wasn't a suite, of course, but not even because of the virtual balcony. That was nice, but just the design of this room, the best bathroom.
It was so good. The modern design kind of carried through, which I think is pretty desirable in a stateroom specifically, because I think modern makes you feel like it's cleaner, it's more organized. It was very efficient, and then yes, the bathroom was the biggest shower we've ever had.
Yes.
Everything was just like very clean lines, I feel like very thoughtful, and I think it was because of that design influence, trying to be modern.
And it was a very enjoyable experience, because as much as we love Royal Caribbean, obviously, and you like to have tradition and things that you know, it is nice to experience something new and different once in a while, and this was a new and a different in a good way. Number 2. And this will work very well, because number 2,
that's right,
is 270.
What is 270?
270, for those who don't know, is a venue that is special to Quantum class and now what will be Quantum Plus class ships. It's at the back of the vessel, so all the way in the back, and it's 2 stories tall, and it has like ceiling to floor or floor to ceiling windows. And so you have this great view during the day of the wake view. Everyone knows the infamous wake view that everyone loves.
It's all about that wake. No starboard.
Okay, so that's just part of the fun though. You go inside this venue, they also have curtains and like screens that will come across and close off all of those windows, especially at night. And they have all of these projectors to where they can do these special kind of events, like a virtual orchestra symphony kind of thing. They had Vistoramas, which is where they would project different landscapes, city skylines, art that would change and move dynamically, which was really fun. And then they would also have just shows in here, production shows.
Yeah, one of them being Spectre's Cabaret, which is a very big deal. Like it was such a production. It was not like a little kind of show. There was a lot of elements to it, and it really showcased everything that 270 can do. There's so much technology in this space. There's you know, spotlights, strobe lights, multicolored functions. There's the
robotic screens. They had an augmented reality game on the Royal Caribbean app that we played. And one of the best features is right outside for part of the day, it usually is not open late, is Cafe 270, which had like awesome food that was included with the cruise fare that you wouldn't find other places.
No, it's things like sandwiches, salads, like some like pasta salad kind of things, a little dessert stand, which had the best cookies ever.
They were delicious.
Like, don't go to the Windjammer for cookies. Go to the 270 if it's open.
It was a difference.
They were softer and chewier for some reason. I don't know why. The oven over at 270 is magical, apparently.
Well, everything was better because it wasn't just sandwiches. It was like paninis and hot press sandwiches and stuff that you couldn't get like if you went to the Cafe Promenade or something.
There is just so much to this space. We were there every day and there was still things that we didn't do at 270.
It was wonderful. Really, really like 270. Thus, 2 for 270. Number 1.
If you watched our whole 11-night series, you know what number 1 is.
3, 2, 1.
SEAPLEX.
SEAPLEX is a multi-use recreational space. So at various times of the day, you might have basketball, volleyball, pickleball, roller skating, something else that you really enjoyed that you can't find on another class of ship.
A trapeze school. I went on the flying trapeze twice, and it was so fun both times. So they have this big blow up thing that you fall into, and they have a bar and you swing on it and you can do flips. It's crazy that I did that on a cruise ship.
But of course, included in the SEAPLEX usually is 3, 2, 1 bumper cars, which was our favorite thing about the SEAPLEX. These bumper cars were the best bumper cars you could ever go in. This is not your standard local carnival with the thing and no. These had some giddy up, they had some bump. They put the bump in bumper cars.
They did so many things in this space.
And that's just the stuff that went on the main floor. When you go around the perimeter, first of all, the arcade is located right off of it, so that's nice. But they also had the dog house was tucked into the back corner. Get your hot dog on.
Get your hot dog on.
Big screens that they would have live TV, live sports on, or they would have special broadcasts up there, up above on the second level, because this is also a 2-story venue. And then when you walked around, like the catwalk on the second story, they had little bays and little alcove areas with windows where you could look out to the ocean. But you could also find things like ping pong, foosball, air hockey.
Other than the air hockey, literally everything in the SEAPLEX is completely free. It's included. You don't pay for extra for anything else in the SEAPLEX. So trapeze school, bumper cars, roller skating, dance classes,
hot dogs,
anything like that you do not pay for. It is just a big meeting area for fun, free things. That's fantastic. FFF. Fun, free, fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
Yes.
Did I say fun? It's fun.
So, to recap, our list: number 5, Ripcord by iFly. Number 4, the top deck of the Royal Esplanade. Number 3, the overall design and aesthetic. Number 2, 270. And number 1, the SEAPLEX.
3, 2, 1, bumper SEAPLEX.
There you have it, our top 5 things that we enjoyed the most on our 11-night sailing on board Anthem of the Seas.
If you want to know more about these things on Anthem specifically, I'll link our whole playlist of all 11 nights of our cruise. So if you want to get some more information about all these venues or activities or dining, just check that out and you'll know.
Stay tuned, because you will be able to find, when it's done and completed in that same playlist, our upcoming full review, where we will go over and grade on our rubric that we created over all of the categories of Anthem of the Seas to give you an idea of how it compares, at least in our mind, to other Royal Caribbean vessels. So stay tuned, that will be coming, or maybe by the time you've watched this, it's already in that playlist.
We'll see.
We'll see.
You're either watching the past or the future.
Ooh.
The Twilight Zone.
If you have interest in sailing on board Anthem of the Seas or any of other Royal Caribbean's fine ships, we are travel agents. Our services are completely complimentary. That means free. You will not pay more to use us than you will going direct through Royal Caribbean. Sometimes we can even adjust prices and help you out with other things like that. And of course, we'll always be there to answer any questions you may have and help guide you along the way. So feel free to reach out to us via that travel agent information. You know where to find it. It's at the end of the video. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and we hope we'll see you around next time. Happy travels!
We love the SEAPLEX.
Oh yeah. 3, 2, 1, Baba.